Welcome to the Workbench. I'm Doug. How many of you have a semi-commercial machine that you use quite frequently? How often do you get them full of lint and fuzz, but not exactly sure how to take care of that? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how easy that is. So the first step, we'd like to raise the press foot in the up position. Okay, on this machine, we're featuring the Accomplish, which is a 1500 stitch per minute machine. So we're liable to see a little bit lint and fuzz. So on this machine, we have to lift up the left side and pull down a little trap door. And then we'll remove the two screws for the needle plate. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and lift off the needle plate. And yeah, there's a little bit of lint and fuzz in here around the feed dog area. I notice a little bit here around the hook as well. So there's a couple different ways that you might clean it out. You know, some prefer to use a little brush. Some prefer maybe to use a mini vacuum. But I prefer to use canned air because sometimes when you get into cleaning an area like this with the brush, the bristles of the brush or maybe the hardware that's on that brush could get in and maybe damage some an LED that might be in there or some wiring. Okay, so when you're using canned air, it's important to understand that, you know, the pressure comes from a Freon base. And if you were to lean or shake this, you're gonna see the Freon spray come away. But as long as you hold it upright and you just flex everything with the nozzle, you're in good shape. You see there's nothing coming out of here but good air. So normally what I'm going to do is start from the top and I'm going to blow out of that feed dog area, but I'm blowing away from the machine. I'm not blowing anything into the machine. And by blowing from the outside away, you're not moving any of that lint and fuzz back into the machine. Okay, now once you have it cleaned out, you should, on a daily basis, if you're using this frequently, lubricate that hook. Because as you see in the middle, we have a basket holding the bobbin case that stays stationary. But yet the outer rotary hook continues to travel around that. So whenever you have metal against metal, it should be lubricated. So what I like to do is position it so that the little hook of the escapement plate is off to the front side. And then you could put one drop of oil down into the bottom of that tracking, but then go ahead and rotate your hand wheel a few turns. And what you're going to do there is now float that oil around the whole perimeter of the hook. Another thing I like to show with the full rotary hook is the removal and replacement of the bobbin case. So in this bobbin case, you just have to pull away on the lever to detach it. Okay, and then let's remove that bobbin. Oh, we also have dust inside of here. That's very important to clean out. So again, you could use your canned air. And while blowing it out, looking inside, you're gonna see a little black backlash spring. The purpose of that backlash spring is because they use a metal bobbin on this. And if they were to stop abruptly, sometimes the bobbin could continue rotating. But that backlash spring puts just enough pressure on that bobbin to eliminate that backlashing. Okay, and once you're ready to reinstall the bobbin case into the machine, we've had many customers that want to pull on the release lever while inserting. And the problem with that is sometimes when you insert it and put it in there, it may feel like it's in all the way. And then when you release the lever, you think you're good to go. But it may not be snapped in all the way and you start to sew and the needle comes down and hits the bobbin case, makes a big mess with your upper thread, bobbin case fall away. So I've always taught and instructed that when you're installing the bobbin case to leave this closed. Position that so that it points to the right of the hook area. Line it into the machine, and then just push from the front so that you hear and feel that distinct clicking, locking sensation. That's going to ensure that it's seated all the way. Once you get done with that, you're ready to go. You get to enjoy some more sewing. And high speed, low speed, it's not going to matter because everything's all cleaned up. So at this point, all we have to do is reinstall our 2 screws. And I don't like to tighten both of these until I get them started. So I'll go ahead and start the front one. Sometimes you can use your finger to rotate that. And then once they're started, then I'll come back and I'll tighten them secure. And this is something I really suggest that you would do on a monthly basis. That'll keep your machine purring like a kitten in between its yearly visits to your retailer. So now that you know, get out and sew.